this is so chaotic. I don't know. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? There's these bubbles everywhere. They're round. I wonder why they're round. I'll take care of these bubbles. There. How's that? Now, we're getting somewhere. Shut that thing off. Okay, so we're back on. Whew, what a mess. That happens sometimes. Don't try this at home, by the way. It's not recommended. Whew. How you doing today? Are you having as much fun as I'm having? Boy, I'm having a wonderful time. And the fact that you came back, I am so thrilled that you came back and you're paying attention and reading your booklet that came with your program and you're checking it out. So it's good to see you again today. Well, I can't see you. We talked about that, but that's okay. I'm going to get this out of the way so we don't... Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. We don't want all this mess on here. We got... You know what our lesson is today, by the way? Hover and hope. Hover. Now, you know what hover is, right? Hover. That's what this thing does, you know. This is a helicopter. This is what I used to fly. And when it flies like this, that's flying. But when it does this, that's hovering. It hovers over the ground. And that's what I did. And then we put a hoist down, and we picked people up out of the jungle that were trapped and stuff. But that's hovering. So today, we're talking about hope and hovering. But those bubbles, weren't they? They were pretty, though, weren't they? I think our sound crew's a little flustered over the kind of messy, but and it's kind of messy here, but I think it'll be all right. I like the bubbles. How about you? Do you like bubbles? Got a question for you. Did you ever think, why are bubbles round? Like, look at this thing here. This looks like a big bubble, doesn't it? It's glass, though. Why aren't they square? Or why aren't they triangle? That's something to think about. Remember, we got to think about imagination. And I want you to be thinking about your imagination. Now, today you've probably come back with more imagination than you had yesterday. But I don't know if you've got enough or not. So we're gonna go through again a little imagination drill with Ava. Now, Ava, oh, you already know. Ava is a red-tailed hawk. And she's got a red tail, as you can see by the picture. And also, she's got the strangest call. She kind of makes a noise, kind of like, I'll try. Now, that's not very good. It makes me cough, too. But she does have a very strange call. Now, let's try it again, but I'll be quiet and see if you can hear her calling. Ah, did you hear it? Wasn't that something? I mean, Ava knows that it's good to put your hope in God. And Ava also knows that Jesus gives us the power to have hope. Wow, that is exciting. Hovering and hope. So whenever we think of hovering, we think of hope. And hope, well, what is hope, though? Hope's kind of, that's another one of those words. It's kind of, I don't know, you know, I hope you have a good day. Or, I hope I win $1 million. Anyway, red-tailed hawks have great eyesight, by the way. They got eyes that can see a mouse from 1,000 feet up in the air. But there's a question that I got. Here's your imagination now. Think. Do they see colors or do they just see black and white? Because a lot of animals just see black and white. I'm not sure, but I think dogs just see black and white and gray. So Ava, the red-tailed hawk, does she see colors or black and white? So let's take a break and think about that a little bit. And you can discuss the answer, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Did you get the answer? I did. I Googled it. Ah ha ha. Good old Google. I'm kind of getting into technology, you know, a little bit. But I Googled it, and guess what Google said? Google said colors. Ah, you already knew that. Did you get it right too? Well, good. That's good. We're learning. So Ava can see colors. Now, we had a Bible story today where Paul encouraged others in a storm. I think he was in a shipwreck or a boat or something. And everybody had to be strong and courageous and have hope. Because we know that Jesus gives us the power to have hope. Right. Okay. Then we got an experiment today to do. Now, this other experiment that I did, it kind of went wrong, but then it was fun. The cameraman didn't like it too well. His lens got kind of foggy, but anyway, we do have a gizmo. So I'm going to get the gizmo. Got to find it. Where'd my gizmo go? Let's see here. Gizmo. Oh, dear. Well, we've lost the gizmo. Oh, I found it. Gizmo. A little wet. I hope it still works. This one's a little easier one for you today. Hover and hope. Now, so we better pause and let you go get your gizmo because you probably, did you forget it? Oh, maybe not. Well, just in case you did, we're going to pause for a minute. You get your gizmo, and then we'll come back on. Okay, you're coming back. Good. Got your gizmo. Very simple. Got a cardboard tube here with a blue end on it. And we got 3 holes in there and 1 hole on the end. We got 2 balls here, and I drew little faces on them. Actually, this one is Nate, and this one is Catherine, and 2 friends of mine. So, then we got this little gizmo. I thought at first it was a pair of spectacles, but it doesn't work for that. So, I look, and I'll bet you can figure this out on your own. You look at this, and that's a square peg. And there's an old saying, you can't put a square peg in a round hole. So, you ever wonder where all them sayings come from? There's all kinds of sayings out there. Anyway, you take this thing and you stick it, the square peg, in the square hole, because there's a round hole, square hole, round hole. So we stick it in there like that. We go, well, if you hold it like this, you use your imagination. What does that look like? Doesn't it look like a man with a blue cap and blue eyeglasses? Oh, well, I thought it did. Anyway, so take the balls, and when you have time, you can decorate them, put stars on them or people's faces. But you put them on here. Now, you're going to notice something. I'm hoping that from what I hear... Ah, the voice coming through. The voice says, the kids and children out there are very smart, Dave, and they know that you've done something wrong. Wrong, I said? Wrong? Me? Wrong? Oh, this goes this way. Like that, so that the holes are over, these holes are over those holes. Ah, now doesn't that look better? Let's see. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to blow in this thing and see what happens. Woo, look at that. Did you see them, how they quivered? I'm going to hold my finger over one of the holes, the back hole. Well, look at that. They go up and down. I'll try the front hole. Let's see. Wow. Now, if you want to get really creative, and I'll bet you some of you have done this already, you wanted to go, and then you go, oh dear, now what happened? Where did all of it go? I've lost one of them somewhere. Here it is. You see, if you blow too hard, you get too excited, and you blow too hard, it doesn't work. You have to be gentle. Just blow easy. And then you can practice and see how high you can blow it. See who can blow it the highest. Kind of try Now, though, I'm going to show you something else, and then we're going to come back to this again, because I got something else. By the way, when you get old like I am, it's hard to, you don't have a whole lot of air left. So I have a machine that helps me with it, as you saw when I was blowing the bubbles. Watch this. We're getting there. Pretty slick, huh? That should give you an idea of hovering and hope. Okay, we're back. Whew, boy, I tell you, it took me a long time. I had to catch my breath. I pumped it all into this thing here. Just hover and hope. But that was kind of fun. It was neat. And hopefully, whenever you see bubbles, you know, when you see the bubbles, you see bubbles all over the place sometimes. Whenever you see those bubbles, that's hope. You think about hope. And it gives us hope. Jesus' power gives us hope. And we know that there's a lot of power in this book here. And by now, you know what this is. And we've been working on stories and things in here. I think you had a real nice story today. What was that story? Let's see. Where's my voice? How's my voice coming along? Boy, I don't know. It's not getting a whole lot stronger. Did you hear it at all? Well, maybe tomorrow we can get a handle on that voice. But the Bible verse, so be strong and courageous, all you who put your hope in the Lord. Jesus' power gives us hope. I think that about wraps it up for today. I really thank you for coming. I think you're sticking with us, and I hope that you do each lesson and do your... There's no homework. Isn't that nice? I know you don't like doing homework probably. I never did too well, but you've got to have homework too. But we know that Jesus at Hope can help us do hard things. Now today we learned that Jesus' power gives us hope. So whenever you see bubbles, you can think about hope and have hope. So take care, trust Jesus. See you tomorrow.
Great